Yeah, Hardik sir, kindly start. Hello. Yeah, please start, sir. Please start.
Thank you, sir. Okay.
Good evening, sir.
Very good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir. Good evening. Christy गांव से आ गई.
Yes, sir. I informed Namika that I'll be coming today, or well, I came today morning. But yes.
तो ये सब उसने नहीं बताया. उसने बताया कि गांव गई. तो मैं बोला पहले विशाखा गांव जाके ये तुम लोग ऐसा प्लान कर लेते हो कि एक एक सैटरडे संडे हम आपस में सेलिब्रेट कर लिया करेंगे, है ना, गांव जा जाके.
No, sir.
समझ गया मैं स्ट्रेटेजी तुम लोगों का. ओके, चलो कौन कौन नहीं पहुंचा है अभी तक, इन लोगों को अपन फेल कर देंगे. इनको वी विल नॉट इश्यू द सर्टिफिकेट. ये जो भी इतना एब्सेंट रहते हैं ना रोज, उनको अपन सर्टिफिकेट इश्यू नहीं करेंगे. या मास्टर मांग रहे होंगे तो बैचलर देंगे इनको ऐसा. So yes, Akriti, I admit. Who's missing? Ruchi is missing. Okay, so let's get into that discussion what we were doing yesterday. So how do we do it? Anybody has updated Excel at their end? सृष्टि को लग रहा है सब क्या बोल रहे हैं अंग्रेजी में साहब.
No, sir. I watched the last class video and I also did some of the exercise.
Oh, great. एक्सरसाइज करके ऐसा ताकत आ गया होगा. इतनी ठंड में लेकिन कहाँ एक्सरसाइज करने के लिए निकलते हो सुबह साहब?
No, sir. I meant homework.
Just on the lighter note. Okay. So who will start? You understood what we discussed yesterday, right? We were talking about the entire articulation of KRA and KPIs, right? So first we decided, but we zeroed certain areas in HR and administration, that what are different areas, what are different activities that an HR professional is required to do. All right. And then what does that activity mean? So on manpower planning, what are the things we were talking about manpower planning, है ना? ऐसे कौन कौन सी एक्टिविटीज है जिसको मैनपावर प्लानिंग के तहत गिन सकते हैं, रख सकते हैं, है ना? एंड देन what are the tasks in that, how you can generate, how you can write a KPI in that area, and what would be the measurables for that particular KPI, right? So objective, key result areas, the definition of key result area, the task in that areas, and what are the measurables in that KPI, and then measurable, right? So we did discussed on one area, and then it was decided that at least for next 3 you all will work, right? So can we start quickly? So एक एक करके share करते जाएंगे, and then we can discuss, and everybody is allowed to contribute, right? So it's not that only the one who has presented only will speak. If you think that okay, इसमें कुछ ये है या इसका मुझे समझ में नहीं आया, so then we can always discuss, है ना? Yes, who will do it?
So before that, I have a question. Like you put job analysis on 11th number. Why on 11th number? Because generally job analysis include job description and all, and these things should be first before recruitment and the selection. So why on 11th number?
Okay. So I think yesterday we also discussed about one more such point which was kept on 14th. है ना? कौन सा point था? Compensation.
Compensation.
Compensation. Someone said that salary तो हम recruitment में भी discuss करते हैं, but then why compensation at such a last? See, the objective of numbering these activities is based on their frequency of execution. है ना? Certain things are tactical, certain things are operational that you do every time, every month, every year. Certain activities are not that often, but they are under the purview or under the scope of HR. Like job analysis, yeah, job evaluation, job description. That is a process that is done, once in 1 year, 2 year, 3 years. So once I evaluate a job for this year, I may not do it next year again, unless there is a new profile generated, unless there is a major change in my business process, unless there is an expansion, right? So in that case, my job evaluation or job description creation may not be an activity which will reoccur every year. So that is the reason we have kept it at little lower number, because the frequency of those activities are less. Yeah.
Okay, sir.
Therefore, there are certain things which are very strategical. Policy formation, for that matter. Now, policy formation is not for everybody, and it is not every year. You don't change. एक बना दिया अभी तो अगले 15 साल तक चलता रहेगा. Unless there is a major change in environment, unless there is a major change in location or process, things will, continue the way they are as of now. है ना? So therefore, they have kept at a later say that you will need these activities, but not that frequently. है ना? Therefore.
Okay, sir. Got it.
समझदार हो इसमें. अरे कौन है?
Sir, actually my laptop has stopped working, that's why.
इतनी बुरी तरह से उसको बेचारा को जगा रहे हो. उसको इतना बुरी तरह से जगा रहे हो. लैपटॉप इज नॉट वर्किंग, तो ऐसा मारने का उसको. ऐसा तो मैं अपने बच्चों को नहीं मारता when they don't work. They don't listen. कोई नहीं, तुम्हारा लैपटॉप है, तुम्हारे हाथ से, तुमको ज्यादा पता होगा कैसे जगेगा. You can treat it the way you want. Okay, so who will start? Who has not done? इसने नहीं किया है. हिमा.
Sir, I have done for only document management.
Okay. No worries.
Um,
Adiricha.
like,
Okay. So in the first point, anyone has any query, any doubt? हमने कल जो discussion किया उसमें कोई सवाल है? No, na? That's quite clear for everyone. All right. Okay, so what was the second point?
Selection and
Recruitment and selection, na? Okay. Fine. So whoever has done it, Shasti, if you want, you can start.
Okay.
Screen sharing, I'll allow. Yes, please go ahead.
Yes, sir. The first one was recruitment and selection. HR work or role or job is in recruitment and selection is the sourcing suitable candidate as per department's requirement and knowing department requirements, selecting them, creating job description and various tests to measure the skills of the candidates. These are the criteria in HR work in recruitment and selection. Okay. Just a minute. Yes. And the KPI will be recruit to 100% required candidate as per department need by 1st December 2022. Firstly, I thought, sir, should I be in line with as Anamika put or all the class put 2023 and the financial year 2022-3. So I take that in mind and I didn't put financial year 2022 and 2023 everywhere in these lines.
Now, okay. Anyone has any other KPI for this particular thing? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. What have you written?
Sir, I have written that number of 300 qualified candidates are needed for new work in 2 months.
Okay, Sushi, can you write that whatever who said just now, Adiricha?
Yes,
Okay, sir.
Adricha.
Okay, you write that KPI also here.
Aditya, can you repeat once again? Number
Yes.
of 300?
Number of 300 qualified candidates are needed for new work in 2 months.
Oh, sorry.
New work, na?
Yes, new work in 2 months.
New work in 2 months. Okay. इसको number दे देना है 60 आगे. Your point you put number 1, then second.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Anyone else has written something else?
Sir, I have written the same thing as Srishti, but I have written as decided in manpower planning.
लिखो.
Okay, sir.
Press Alt or Enter.
Okay.
Now put number 3. अभी कौन विशाखा said ना?
No, Akriti, sir.
Akriti.
As
No, you copy that statement, not as like me.
okay, sir. Yes, as per the manpower. As per manpower. What?
Akriti,
As
you repeat the
decided in
statement.
manpower planning.
No, you speak the entire statement.
Sir, to have 100% recruitment as decided in manpower planning by 28 Feb 2023.
100%.
So we have 100% recruitment.
Adiricha, Akriti, can you speak again slowly?
Yes.
Recruitment as decided in Manpower planning. By given date.
Done. Done.
Okay. Anyone else? और किसने क्या लिखा है?
Sir, I have written about the cost per hire, but I cannot remember the exact statement as my Excel sheet is not opening right now. But I have written about the cost per hire.
Okay. Fine, so we will wait till जागृत हो सिस्टम आपका, तब तक हम इंतजार करेंगे. Anyone else? Ruchi?
Sir, I have prepared 7, but I am not able to share the screen. Sir, could you
So
please give me?
If you can speak about this one, when we're talking about recruitment and selection, what is
Yes,
the
sir.
KPI you have taken in that?
Yes, sir. Sir, just give me 1 minute only, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, Hima, you have not did for recruitment.
Yes, sir, but I'm thinking like selecting the candidates through sources by this.
लिखो.
Sir,
Yeah, let Srishti put it in statement.
in the candidates through sources, different sources by 3 months or 2 months.
Okay. Yes. Anyone else? Prachi, have you written something on this?
Sir, I have written same as Srishti.
Sorry?
I have written the same as Srishti.
You have written same as Srishti. Okay.
Yeah.
Anamika, what is your statement in this?
Yes, sir. I have written to recruit 100% quality candidates and select 90% of them by 31st of March 22.
धीरे सृष्टि इतनी फास्ट नहीं है. खुद को वेद यार, उसको गणेश जी समझ लिया तुमने.
100% candidates, qualified candidates. Sorry, quality candidates.
100% quality candidates.
And select 90% of them.
Okay.
Of them by 31st of March 22.
Sir?
Yes.
Sir, may I? Excel open हो गया मेरा.
Oh, great. Congratulations. So please tell.
Sir, hired 200 employees in the year 2022 with the average cost per hire be 3,000.
Hire
200 employees in the year 2022 with the average cost per hire be 3,000.
2022 with average cost per hire
be 3,000.
Average cost per hire.
B,
B
B,
3000.
B, B 3000. Who's left? कौन रह गया बाकी? एट स्टेटमेंट होना चाहिए ना. हम कितने लोग हैं?
10 people excluding you.
10 people excluding me, and Prachi has 2 logins. So 9. So out of 9, we've got 6. So still 3 pending. Ruchi said she'll do. So 7. Still 2. कौन बाकी रह गया? Vishakha?
Yes, sir.
So what is your take on this? Or you said? Okay. इसने नहीं बोला, कम से कम ये तो बोल दो. Who didn't say? At least say that I did not say. तो हम उनकी मधुर आवाज सुनने का इंतजार करें या आगे बढ़े.
Sir, I'm not understanding about this. That's why.
Okay. So where is the catch? Where this entire thing has stuck?
Sir, about the statement which is written.
No.
मतलब कि जितने पॉइंट्स हैं उनके अलग अलग स्टेटमेंट की, मतलब एक पर्टिकुलर टॉपिक के स्टेटमेंट अलग अलग.
रिक्रूटमेंट एंड सिलेक्शन के लिए क्या केपीआई होना चाहिए तुम्हारे हिसाब से? You were there in yesterday's class, na?
Yes, sir.
So we discussed about this entire manpower planning ka scene.
Yes, sir.
Similarly, for recruitment and selection, that is another area which HR looks into. Right? So what could be the KPI for recruitment and selection area? So everybody has given their thought. You also would have some thought about it. Okay, ye hona chahiye. So have you put it, those thoughts?
Just give me 1 minute. I will telling.
Okay. Okay. So by the time she's thinking, I have a question. What is, what are the critical elements in recruitment? What is the criticality?
So to recruit good freshers within the given amount, within the decided budget.
Matching of JD.
Okay, so one element is budget. Second element you said is JD, which is competency. What else?
Whether the selected employee will join or not.
That nobody can predict. वो तो उस एम्प्लॉय को भी पता नहीं कि ज्वाइन करेगा कि नहीं करेगा, है ना? So that is very difficult to ascertain, है ना? We hire with the assumption that he will join. और लास्ट डे में मना करेगा कि सर आई विल नॉट कम टुमारो. And then your entire KPI has gone for a toss. Okay. So one is budget. Second you said is relevant relevancy with the job description. Okay, what else? What is the third critical element?
Sir, is he serious about that position or has he sent his resume? I mean, just like that.
No, 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 no. ये सब तो हो, ये सब चीजें आप कैंडिडेट को इंटरव्यू करने के टाइम पे जरूरत पड़ेगी ना. As an HR, if one has to measure my efficiency in the area of recruitment and selection, it would be measured on which areas or which element. You understood? No. Sorry?
Are you talking from the context of skills and knowledge about that area?
No, I am talking from the context that you are an HR head, you are an HR manager, you are supposed to hire people. Your hiring efficiency would be measured on what? So it would be measured, number one, as she said that, okay, I bring candidate within the budget or less than budget. I spend less amount on hiring. That can be one area for measuring my efficiency as a hiring person, isn't it?
So then time will also include, like if I hire any specific amount of or any specific number of employees and in a specific time.
Absolutely. So that term we call as turnaround time. TAT. It is turnaround time. TAT.
And sir, competency and the skill of the employee.
Correct. So the KPI should be in line with hiring right person within the stipulated time frame at reasonable recruitment expense. You cannot say that I'll hire 200 लोग 28 फरवरी के पहले. जरूरत ही नहीं है. बट जब भी पोजीशन निकलेगा 30 दिन में क्लोज करेंगे. है ना? You never know when someone is retiring. You never know when someone is dying. You never know when someone has put up the resign. ये तो हमको कुछ पता नहीं. हमको कुछ चीजें हैं जो मैन पावर प्लानिंग के थ्रू पता है शुरू में, but not all, isn't it? है ना? So time taken to hire a candidate, quality of hire. क्वालिटी फायर मतलब जिसको भी हमने सिलेक्ट किया, फाइनल किया, उसका आउटपुट किस तरह का है, 6 महीने बाद, 1 साल बाद उसका रिव्यू रेटिंग कैसा है. दैट इज द क्वालिटी ऑफ हायर. सो द क्राइटेरिया इज टर्न अराउंड टाइम, बजट एंड रिलेवेंसी विद योर JD. Did you understand?
Yes, sir.
See, when I'm
Yes, sir.
saying the KPI, I'm saying my own assessment. है ना? आप किसी और के लिए डिसाइड नहीं कर रहे हो, आप खुद अपने लिए डिसाइड कर रहे हो. So Vishaka, could you get something out of this discussion?
Yes, like in recruitment, the KPI is also employee satisfaction or candidate satisfaction.
No. Or even if it is, what can be the KPI? What can be the KPI? How will you statement it? employee satisfaction, yeah, whatever term you are using, how will you write it? It cannot be subjective, it has to be objective. Okay. So anyone wants to revise their statement? सृष्टि इसमें बोलने वालों के नाम भी लिख देना आगे ताकि में a comprehensive document will be available for every one of us. So first is recruitment of 100% required candidate as per department need by 31st December 2022. Now, I don't know whether I need it on 2022 December या 1st January को चाहिए या 15 January को चाहिए. Yes.
Sir, but we can like we are recruiting this for the new year, like the new financial year.
No. Recruitment is a process that can happen anytime.
Yes, sir.
है ना? So as and when it will happen, you have to do this. And whenever you will do this, it has to be equally efficiently. You can write your KPI in such a way that in case there is a revision in manpower planning, the additional hiring for new year, for financial year 22-23 will be by 31st December 2022 or whatever date. That can be one of the KPI in recruitment. So if you assume that there will be X number of increase in my manpower requirement, so whatever is incremental value, जैसे अभी किसी ने लिखा है 200 लोग या 300 लोग है ना, hire 200 employees. Now we don't know how many. So hire additional headcount or hire additional employee over and above current headcount strength as per revised business plan by 31st December.
Sir, but we calculated, what if we calculated this number during manpower planning?
Correct. Correct. That is what I'm saying. That hire 100% of the additional requirement as per revised manpower planning by 31st December 2022.
Sir, so by this you mean to say that we cannot write a particular number in the Excel sheet?
How do you know? How do you know? You do not know that.
Sir, but while we were doing manpower planning at that time only, we analyzed everything and we got to know.
Correct. So that is what I said in the statement, that additional number. Now, if it is hypothetical, you all will have different values. If it is hypothetical, अगर बुशरा को बोला कि तुम्हारा मैन पावर प्लानिंग में क्या रिक्वायरमेंट है, शील से 200 लोग, प्राचील से 100 लोग, सृष्टि बोलेगी एक भी नहीं चाहिए, यही ज्यादा है. आखिर से okay, I need only 10 people. You all will have different values, isn't it? Because it is hypothetical. When you're putting up a statement for recruitment and selection as a KPI, I'm trying to make it more specific by saying that whatever will be additional, this additional can be 100, 200, 500, 1,000, whatever it is.
So, but we haven't actually performed this whole thing. So how does it matter if it is like 300 or 400?
No,
so because in an organization,
that is what I'm trying to explain you. That is what I'm trying to explain you, that whenever such things are there, you will get that number out of something. You'll get that number out of something. Okay. In that case, everyone will have to make the statement in the same line that number X. If it is 100, if it is 200, if it is 300, whatever number. So instead of specifying that number, because we are talking hypothetical, I'll use the word in such a way that whenever that number will come, that number will replace that word. Today, I do not know it is 100, 200 or 300. Second thing, can I hire 300 people by 31st December? Number one. Number two, do we need all these 300 people on the day, one of the financial year? No. Some of my need can be in the second half of the year. Some of my need can be if that project or product comes, then I'll need. Are you waiting?
So one question.
Yeah, please.
So you said that we might not be needing all these 300 people at the same point of time.
Correct.
So what's wrong if we recruit them beforehand? Like we already know by our past experiences that we will be requiring these many number of candidates for this particular position by this time. So
Correct.
why not keep them with us beforehand?
Okay. Let us assume a situation that I hold an organization, I hold a company. Okay. You are HR manager there. Okay. You need one graduate, commerce graduate, for example, say in December 23, as per the business plan. What would you do? You will hire her or him now, or you will start that activity somewhere in August, September 23. You understood the scenario? I think got disconnected. Okay. So her question was that when I know how many people I have to hire, I mean, what's wrong in hiring them all together? Nothing wrong if the requirement is immediate. So
you are mute. Busha, you can ask.
No, sir was on mute. That's why I was just reminding him.
किसी ने मेरी बोलती बंद कर दी. अनामिका गई तो जाते थे मुझे ही बंद कर दिया. Okay.
Sir, I had a question.
Yeah.
Sir, in an organization also, this thing we keep in mind that एक particular number नहीं लिखना है. We will have to write it in percentage की 100% of the vacant seats or this or that. Or if we are having a calculable amount of seats की इतनी ही seat भरनी है, तो why not write that particular amount rather than writing की 100% of the vacancy?
नहीं, देखो हम किस चीज को टारगेट करके लिख रहे हैं उस पर डिपेंड करते हैं. मैंने जब बिजनेस प्लान बनाया, मेरा जब मैन पावर प्लानिंग किया मैंने, तो मैन पावर प्लानिंग में अलग अलग क्राइटेरिया में मुझे लोग चाहिए. I need to hire people in different categories.
Yes, sir.
One category is I need to hire a graduate trainee engineer. I need to hire graduate trainee engineer. That will be campus hiring. That number is fixed. So in that case, my KPI can be with very specific numbers that hire 25 graduate trainee engineers from tier 1 college by 31st August 2022, onboarding on 1st January 2023. Because I know this category. But in my plan, I have taken that in Q3 of next year, मतलब September के बाद अगले साल सितंबर के बाद मैं एक नया प्रोडक्ट लॉन्च करूंगा, उसमें मुझे 15 आदमी लगेगा। दिस इज मैन पावर प्लानिंग।
Yes.
ये कब कर रहे हैं हम? ये आज कर रहे हैं, मतलब एक साल पहले। दैट एक साल के बाद में सितंबर में मैं एक प्रोडक्ट नया लॉन्च करूंगा, तब मुझे और 15 लोग लगेंगे। उन 15 लोगों को मैं अभी से हायर करके क्या करूंगा, है ना? तो उन 15 लोगों के लिए मेरा केपीआई ऐसा हो सकता है, आई विल हायर एडिशनल 15 people for new project development in September 2023.
2023.
है ना?
Yes, sir.
सितंबर का जरूरत है। अच्छा, वो रिक्वायरमेंट भी सब्जेक्टिव है, उसको मैं अभी से नहीं हायर करूंगा ना। एक कंपनी फ्लोर क्लीनिंग का मटेरियल बना रही है। A company which is manufacturing your floor cleaning material, right? उसका प्लान अपना जो भी है चल रहा है, 10,000-10,000 liters per month they will manufacture। उसके लिए उनके पास में X नंबर है, ठीक है। सडनली because of this COVID, the requirement for this floor cleaner increased, है ना? सब घर में पोछा मार रहे हैं, दीवार पे पोछा मार रहे हैं, किचन में पोछा, सब जगह पोछा, दिन में 4-4 बार पोछा। पहले 4 दिन में एक बार लगता था, अभी दिन में 4 बार हो रहा है। मीन्स द कंजम्पशन ऑफ द मटेरियल हैज इंक्रीज्ड, so has the demand. Now when demand is increased, he need more manpower. Now this was not planned. So what will you do? You will not do that. मना कर दोगे साहब, बिजनेस प्लान में नहीं था, हम तो नहीं लाएंगे आदमी, तुम देख लो।
Yes, sir.
No, you can't do that, right?
No, sir. Yes.
अच्छा, then जो ये बना रहा था पोछा मारने के लिए सॉल्यूशन या लिक्विड, फ्लोर क्लीनिंग एजेंट, he also realized that the process of making antiseptic like Dettol is also similar to what I am manufacturing. And I'll put one line for that product also. And for that, I'll need additional people. It was not there in the business plan, but need of the hour. जरूरत पड़ा करेंगे, है ना? अभी ये तो आपके बिजनेस प्लान में था नहीं, कहीं भी मैनपावर प्लानिंग में भी नहीं था। मना कर दोगे ना, तुम डेटॉल नहीं बना सकते, जो बना रहा है उसके पास चलो। You can't do that.
Yes, sir.
Right? You have to provide. So whenever such thing will occur, what would be accountability, or how would your performance would be measured? So then it would be measured on how quickly you supported business, है ना? कितने दिन में उसका डेटॉल मैन्युफैक्चरिंग का या एंटीसेप्टिक मैन्युफैक्चरिंग का लाइन शुरू हो सका. So if I have decided my KPI that whenever the requirement will come within 30 days I will supply, that becomes my KPI. You getting?
Yes, sir.
So irrespective of the number, whether it is 1 or 100, whether I know or I don't know, but whenever there is a need, the manpower should be available. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So whatever is decided in manpower planning, if it is fixed, if it is not going to change, you can hire them. You can write it. जैसे मैंने बताया कैंपस इंटरव्यू हर साल कंपनी करती है. They hire people, fresh graduates. आपके कॉलेज में कैंपस होता होगा?
Yes, sir.
है ना? So it is standard. It is required every year. So in that case, the KPI would be कब क्लोज करेंगे, कौन सा कॉलेज पिक करेंगे, कौन पेपर बनाएगा, कब तक रेडी होना चाहिए, असेसमेंट कब तक हो जाना चाहिए, उनका ऑनबोर्डिंग कब तक हो जाना चाहिए. right? So all these timelines become the KPI. That is for that particular category where you know everything. You know the process, you know how many people, you know from where. So only the matter is quality, and that they should be on board, because campus में interview कब होता है?
Once the person has been shortlisted.
हाँ नहीं, कंपनी जो कैंपस में आती हैं, आपके कौन से
But it's the
सेमेस्टर में आती
campus
हैं
itself.
कैंपस?
Final semesters में.
है
In
ना?
the campus itself.
आपका एग्जाम बाकी है, 4-6 महीने बाकी है अभी कोर्स खत्म होने में, है ना?
Yes, sir.
Then the company will come, they'll shortlist you, right? And they'll issue the offer letter. है ना? ज्वाइनिंग कब होगा आपका? 5 महीने बाद, सब्जेक्ट टू फेल नहीं हुए तो। अभी कंपनी 20 जन सेलेक्ट करके गई, 10 लटक गए, केटी आ गया, could not clear one subject because of any XYZ reason. So the HR who was responsible for hiring 20 such trainees, उसका तो KPI गया ना? You didn't study, you failed, poor fellow, his increment is stopped. Now to ensure that this thing should not happen, what he should do?
Then, sir, the Namika and Bushra thing come like additional recruitment or additional thing.
Correct. So the one, I mean, if you are the HR person responsible for this, what will you do?
I'll recruit more than what is required so that in case if an
Correct. I'll shortlist more people. Though I have to offer only 20, I will offer only 20, but 10 I'll keep it shortlisted. कि इस 20 में से जो भी गायब होता जाएगा, उसको ये हम कर सकते हैं क्या? Right? Because it is not that in one interview where you appeared, you got the offer letter, you will accept it. फिर कोई दूसरा कंपनी आएगा, आप वहां चले गए, कोई ओपन इन्विटेशन है, वहां चले गए, वहां अच्छा ऑफर था, आपने ये ऑफर को रिजेक्ट कर दिया, है ना? So in all these things, your efficiency matters, and that is what the KPI is. KPI comes from what you could not do. It's not that what you have done. जो ग्रे एरिया है, जहां मुश्किल है, that is your KPI. That is your efficiency measurement, ना? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
पक्का?
Yes, sir.
हाँ.
ओके, तो अगर अभी हमको ये स्टेटमेंट रिवाइज करने हैं, हमने जो भी लिखे, तो क्या कर सकते हैं? हिमा, कैन यू टेल? Srishti, you can write again if you don't mind, in another column maybe, or in another row नीचे. Yes, Hima.
Sir, like not specific percentage or number, like additional candidates.
No.
To mention only additional candidates. So
You have to hire chartered accountant for your CA form, which you will start after 6 months.
okay.
You are the only people in your company. You are the CEO. You are HR, you are finance, you are administration, you are supply chain, you are everything. You are the chief executive officer of your Hima chartered accountancy, right? Now you have to hire some people. You have to hire some chartered accountants. What will be your own efficiency measurement method? What will make you very happy when it comes to hiring people?
I'll consider the factors like experience, budget.
Okay. So what budget is okay? What budget is good? What experience you're looking at?
Like you should be minimum 2 years experience in any firm related to finance or any reports, preparing the reports.
No, that is, we're talking about JD. Whatever he's doing, that is JD. You shortlist a person. What will be your recruitment efficiency measurement index? Okay, you are hiring for me. You forget about your own consultancy. You are hiring for me.
Okay, sir.
When should I consider you be an excellent recruiter as your performance appraiser? When will I rate you? When will I rate you excellent?
What's it?
When will I rate you excellent?
Like if thinks that his job satisfaction, what he considered is suitable for this job.
Okay, let me take up another scenario and try to make you understand the concept. You receive guests at your home.
What I receive?
You receive guests. मेहमान आता है घर पे?
हाँ, yes sir.
So sometimes the guests come with an information.
Without informing.
With information.
With information. Okay.
They'll tell you that I'll be coming Saturday evening, and then we can have food outside.
Okay.
And Sunday morning I'll get going. You are very happy. I like such guests. Okay, we'll come here, will take me out for the dinner, and then next day morning they'll get going.
Okay.
Then one fine day, suddenly your mother says, or your parent says that, Hima, tomorrow we are expecting 3 guests. We are expecting, we don't know, we are not very sure whether they'll come or not. But we want you, to be ready. There shouldn't be any complaint. Those guests must tell all good things about you. They should appraise you. What would be your preparation?
Okay. It's not confirmed, no, sir, whether they will come or not. So I'll prepare according to food, like 1 to 2 people extra.
Okay. On what point they will appraise you? This is a preparation, correct? That I'll have the arrangement of food. I'll have the place for them so that they can park themselves at home, right?
Yes. Yes.
Fine. But then when it comes to appraisal, on what thing they'll appraise you?
Okay. Based on arrangements only, no, sir. What?
What could be their appraisal statement? ये ऐसा हिमा का इंट्रोगेशन नहीं चल रहा है, तो all others are equally involved in this. तो ऐसा नहीं कि बाकी लोगों को ये लगे कि मुझसे नहीं पूछा जाएगा. I'm just trying to make the concept understood to almost all of you. What would be their appraising statement?
The behavior, our behavior with the guest, or
Statement. What would they say?
You're such a good girl.
Wow, she's such a good girl. Okay, this is one statement. Then
it was nice spending time with you today.
Good, nice.
No.
Gadbad mat karo.
Okay, sir.
So when say good girl, okay, this is one compliment. What is else? What else?
Your hospitality was very nice.
Hospitality was very nice. Okay, fantastic. What else? I'm still waiting for that the statement. You are around it, but it is Hima who should tell. You all can help her to, speak that particular statement, but it is she who should tell.
Are you talking in sense of presentation skills or something like that?
Okay, but I mean, what she would be presenting?
Herself in the best. I mean, she should be presenting herself in her best behavior.
Correct. So what would be a statement? Appraisal statement क्या होगा?
Your behavior was good today.
Very well behaved girl.
Or well behaved girl.
है ना? ऐसा बोलेंगे ना? बहुत अच्छी शालीन बच्ची. So okay, then what else?
How does she treat the guests?
Okay, so what do the guest would say? तुम हिमा के घर पे गई, तुमको उसकी तारीफ करनी है. What will you say?
Everything was great.
Sorry.
Everything was great. What she saw.
What was great?
So you have a 100% efficiency of being a good host. You have a 100% efficiency of being a good host.
Very good. Thinking. Good.
But she handled the situation very well.
What will be the statement? Appraisal statement क्या होगा?
Situation handling is very good.
Okay, smart girl.
You are perfect in every
Presence
way.
of mind is too good. Well behaved.
Like you're talking in sense of overall, like every single
any appraising statement that comes to your mind. Any appraising statement that comes to your mind. Preferably actionable. You had cooked a very delicious food. You cooked very delicious food.
You're a good chef in that case.
You're a good cook, you're a good chef. Or you can be a good chef. The food was very nice. You cook delicious food. Now, all these statements are what? They're all appraisal statements. Compliments.
Yes,
which is appraisal statements. Now, if she has to get the same statement from some other guest next time, if you have to get the same statement or a better one from other guests next time, what will you ensure?
She performs the same thing again in front of the other guest also.
Correct?
Consistency.
She will try. I think she will try to perform far better than this time.
Sir, she'll perform all the tasks by herself with more efficiency, like prior to the time when the guest asked for that. Prior to, sir, I'm not able to frame the statement. But can I
हिंदी में
speak in it?
बोलो, कोई बात नहीं.
Sir,
अंग्रेजी
may
में.
I speak it in Hindi?
Yes, yes. हिंदी, इंग्लिश, गुजराती 3 भाषा मुझे आता है. चौथी का जरा तकलीफ है, गूगल करना पड़ेगा. You can speak.
सर गेस्ट का कुछ मांगने से पहले ही उसको पूरा कर दे रही थी वो.
She
So
will
she will be marked as excellent or
Correct,
yeah,
correct.
that.
अच्छा, लेकिन उसके लिए उसको क्या करना पड़ेगा? उसके लिए उसको
she
अभी
will be
उसने जो
prepared.
behavior किया ना, अभी उसने जो भी काम किया, जिसके लिए उसको इतना अच्छा कॉम्प्लीमेंट मिला, उसको याद रखना पड़ेगा ना.
कंसिस्टेंसी, परफॉर्मेंस में कंसिस्टेंट रहे या उसी पे बनी रहे.
नहीं. हाँ, मतलब वो उसने अभी क्या किया, what she did, because of which she fetched these beautiful compliments. She will have to remember it somewhere. She has to
She will
remember.
keep everything in her mind, sir. And
Consistency will come once you know that what you have done. Right? So what you are saying is correct. Consistency. Next time भी same करना पड़ेगा. लेकिन same क्या? अभी जो किया, that becomes the benchmark. है ना?
Yes,
Got
sir.
it? अभी जो किया, that is a benchmark. Now this is my key performance indicator. How I cook, how I dress, how I behave, how I receive. All these are the performance indicators. I cook beautiful. My KPI is achieved.
Okay.
I cooked Rogan Josh, but oh, the spices were like Khaman Dhokla type. So your KPI, it's vanished. On the rating of 1 to 5, मेहमान सब छोड़ के जाएगा, खाएगा नहीं, बुराई करेगा और अपना नुकसान. हम भी नहीं खाएंगे, हमको भी नहीं अच्छा लगेगा. You understood, Hima?
Yes, sir.
ये सब इतना स्टोरी करने के बाद you understood what is KPI?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now if you are hiring, what will be the KPI?
Performance, sir. I will see his performance.
No. See, if you are hiring for someone, it is not his, it is your performance. How will I measure your performance, or what areas I need to measure if you are hiring?
Sir, may I try?
Sorry?
May I try?
Please.
Sir, to recruit right people with relevancy of job description within appropriate time and given budget.
Correct. So जो appropriate time है ना, उस appropriate time को हम objective कर सकते हैं, है ना? That appropriate time को हम objective कर सकते हैं कि हम 30 दिन में या 60 दिन में करेंगे. Whatever is the experience. Generally, it is 30 to 90 days time on an average to close one position. है ना? बहुत senior position that takes more time, but on an average up to manager senior manager level, you close the position within 30-40 days. है ना? 30 days minimum, because you source CVs, नौकरी से लेंगे, इधर से लेंगे, उधर लेंगे. You have gone through that entire sourcing process, right? Ma'am has taken that sessions. The strategy of sourcing, and then which are the different areas from you source people, right? So that lead time or the time to close the position will depend on all these XYZ activities. My timer start from which date? The day I'll receive a requisition. जिस दिन मेरे पास में रिक्विजिशन आएगा उस दिन से मेरा मीटर डाउन, right? And from there my efficiency starts counting, whether it's 1 position or 100 position. So my one KPI in this particular case can be, if you go by your manpower planning data, where all the positions are necessary and the dates have been mentioned, you can take whatever number they have mentioned in your manpower planning, you can take that number. So the very first argument which we were initially discussing about, कि हम क्यों नहीं ले सकते, तो हम ऐसा नहीं कहते कि नहीं ले सकते. जहां मुझे पता है कि मुझे इस कैटेगरी में इतने लोग लेने हैं, इस तारीख तक लेने हैं, वहां हम बिल्कुल ले सकते हैं. 31 दिसंबर तक उसको क्लोज कर सकते हैं. जैसे मैं कैंपस का एग्जांपल दिया, because campus is a different process. It is year on year, हर साल चलता रहेगा. तो आप लिख सकते हैं that to hire or hiring of 25 fresh graduate engineers trainee from tier 1, tier 2 business schools by 31st December 2022 or 2021, whatever it is. This number is fixed because we know that this is a process that happens every year. It is there in my planning. But for other positions, so this is one kind of requirement for recruitment which comes from manpower planning. Okay. So in the manpower planning, whenever there is a gap and you have to plug in that gap, accordingly you will have to plan. The second requirement will come when there is a change in business process. है ना, फ्लोर क्लीनिंग बना रहा था, उसको डेटॉल बनाना पड़ा, तो उसको नया आदमी चाहिए, एग्जिस्टिंग से नहीं होगा. Volume has increased, you need people, so you need to hire them. So there is a second thing. Third possibility is what? Someone was working and suddenly that position got vacant because either he resigned, retired, or expired. So in any case, that position is vacant, and then you have to replace people. Whatever may be the nature of requirement, my efficiency will always be counted on the delivery. So my KPI will be as and when I'll receive the requisition form, within 30 days, 40 days, 50 days, I will close that position. Within stipulated budget. है ना? तो वो बजट हर पोजीशन के अलग अलग हो सकता है. तो जो भी स्टिपुलेटेड है, जो भी बताया है, within that budget.
Sir?
Yes?
Sir, the retirement of an employee is, pre-planned. पहले से पता होता है कि he is going to retire on this date or on this month.
That you can plan recruitment also accordingly.
Also, sir, you mentioned in the very first point that about the gaps which need to be fulfilled, for which we need to recruit.
Correct.
So these things which are mentioned at the last, that means retirement, death, and all these things. These are also gaps only, which need to be fulfilled.
True.
So the first and the last point are the same.
No. You know someone is retiring in December 2023. You will hire a person when? You will not hire in December 2022. तुम आप उसको एक साल पहले हायर नहीं करोगे ना. अब उसको हायर तो अगले साल अक्टूबर, नवंबर, दिसंबर में करोगे ना. हमको पता है कि ये आदमी अगले साल दिसंबर में रिटायर होगा. He is a plant head. I can start preparing. I can start seeing candidate because it's a very senior position. वो एक महीने में नहीं होगा. I'll start poaching. I'll start inquiring कि यार कौन होगा, कोई अंदर है क्या, कोई ट्रांसफर कर सकते हैं क्या? Is there internal possibility? The hiring process I will start maybe after September, October of next year. Or I can hire, I can shortlist, I can finalize it today, and I'll tell him that boss, you'll be joining on 1st January 2024. है ना? But उसमें the element of risk is कि 1 साल पहले से मैंने उसको ऑफर देके रखा है, बट वेदर आफ्टर 1 year विल ही बी अवेलेबल, है ना, टू ज्वाइन, दैट इज ए ग्रे एरिया. सो देयरफॉर यू विल नॉट टेक दैट चांस ना कि मैं एक मेहनत करके रखूं, अगले साल पता नहीं वो आदमी आएगा कि नहीं आएगा. So generally what will happen is you start that activity, though you know that he is retiring, you will have everything planned. But the activity of hiring, you will start maybe 6 months before. And you will release the offer to him, the new person, maybe 1 month before of the retirement of this person. Hai na? Am I making
Yes,
sense?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yes, Hima.
sir, yes, sir.
मैं बोली कि आज मैं ध्यान है सर, मुझे छोड़ ही नहीं रहे. Okay. So can we revise these KPIs again for recruitment? Everybody can again, review their own statement. So Srishti, your first statement was yours. What changes would you like to make in this particular statement?
20% required candidate as per the requirements.
So what I say is, time is an important element when we hire people. Time is the important element when we hire people. So all KPI would definitely speak about the hiring period. Hypothetically, you can take any value, but not beyond 3 months, not less than 1 month. And then your measurement criteria can be accordingly, right? Okay, so how will you, fine tune your statement?
Sir, I'll give it instead of 1st December, I'll give it in 1 month.
Okay, तो क्या हो जाएगा वो statement?
Recruit to 100% required candidates as per department need in 2 months. 2 months.
Whatever, yes.
Yes.
हाँ, मैंने लगी. Okay. So recruit or hire 100% required candidates as per department need within 2 months from date of requisition. Within 2 months from date of
Requisition.
Make sense?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Now, जो second वाला है किसका था? Number of 300 qualified candidates.
Yes, sir.
अधिरिचा.
Yes, sir.
बोलो, इसमें कुछ परिवर्तन करना है? Would you like to make any change in this particular KPI in your own statement?
Sir, she left at the meeting and now.
हाँ, ये मुझे बताने के पहले बाहर चले जाते हैं. ये किसी को पूछ के आते हैं फिर. They go, you consult and then they answer. चलो कोई नहीं, उसके बाद का कौन है? To have 100% recruitment as decided in manpower planning by given date.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Akriti, you want to make any change in this?
Yes, sir.
Bolo.
To recruit right people.
आप भी गया? ओहो.
With relevancy
हाँ
of
जी.
job description.
Okay.
Within 1 month after requisition. And in given budget.
Okay. We'll spend a couple of more sessions on this, huh?
Okay, sir.
I'm sure you're not getting bored.
No, sir. Not at all.
So, shall I share mine, sir?
Yes, please. That will be a new one, ना? इसमें नहीं था वो. ठीक है, बोलिए. Yeah, Ruchi, please speak. संगीत में वातावरण है कहीं पे, गाने वाने बज रहे हैं.
So, sorry, my daughter is playing keyboard. That's
हाँ, मुझे लगा गाने कहाँ बजते हैं, नाचते गाते पढ़ते रहना चाहिए. Yes, yeah, please speak.
My daughter is playing keyboard. That's why.
Let it be. No worries. Let her. Okay, you want to share your screen? So, सृष्टि इसको थोड़ी देर के लिए you save this, okay? And in the background you can update, है ना?
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
sir.
Okay, so whatever Ruchi is sharing, you can also keep this thing in your Excel file. Yes.
मेरा वीडियो ऑन करो. Yes, sir. So from where should I start, sir?
Yeah, recruitment and talent acquisition.
Yes, sir. So function, action, activities are resumes, collection, shortlisting, selection, sir, onboarding, induction, form, familiarization with organization and policies.
So, correct.
Yes. इसको move करना है. And the key result area, go for this also or KPI? Also?
Yeah.
As per recruitment policy, to have 100% recruitment done as per business plan, schedule max recruitment completion during 90 days.
As per recruitment policy, 100% recruitment done
Yes.
as per business plan, and within
90 days, sir. It's 3 months.
Okay.
Then next is completion duration within 0.5 working days.
What is this?
The completion duration within 0.5 working days.
Completion of what?
This recruitment.
That you cannot say, na? How can you say that you'll close it in 5 days? And how this 90 days and 5 days will match? They were saying that you'll close it in 90 days. You were saying completion duration is 5 days.
No, sir. Actually, I missed this line. This is for onboarding and induction.
Okay.
I missed one line here. Yes, sir.
Okay. So what you're saying is that
within 3 months.
Okay. So hiring 100% position within 3 months.
Yes, 3 months. And the excellent will be 100% recruitment done as per business plan, schedule within 45 days.
Correct.
Yes, sir. And the overachieved is 100% recruitment done as per business plan, schedule within 60 days. Achieved average
Achieved will be 90 days.
Yes, sir.
Your target is 90 days, and if you get it on 90 days, that is achieved.
Yes. Overachieved is 60 days.
Correct.
Yes, and achieved average is 75 days.
No, that will be 90 days. Your target was 90 days, you completed in 90 days, that is achieved. Your target was 90 days, you did it in 60 days, that is overachieved. Your target was 90 days, you did it in 45 days, that is excellent. Your target was 90, you did it in 120 days, that is below average. Your target was 90, you did it in 150 days, that is poor. Your target was 90, you did it on 91 day, it is below average. And anything beyond 91 days is poor.
Sir, in a sentence, we can summarize it as KPI is the exact copy of achieved or average.
Correct. So what is my target is achieved.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, but then well articulated. Only thing is that you have to change on these numbers. So jahan 75 hai, wahan 90 hoga.
Yes, sir. So till morning I was doing this only.
Sorry?
Yes, till morning, from morning I was doing this only today. I was studying this. So maybe some mistakes are there.
No, that's okay. It's all about understanding the concept. And the emphasis is so much, we are discussing so much just because for two reasons. One, you will be doing it for yourself. Second, you will be doing it for the entire organization wherever you'll be working.
Right, sir.
Therefore, unless we understand what we are supposed to do, how we would be measured, what would be our efficiency parameters, we will not be able to help or guide others.
The more we discuss, the more we will be clear, sir.
That is the very purpose of this entire discussion. I think this is the third session we are talking about it, right?
Right. So.
And still we have those gray areas where we are not able to understand the concept. Okay. Fair enough. Sister, you noted this KPI?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So Ruchi can stop this sharing and Sister can share again the Excel. What she was.
Okay, sir. Stop sharing. Okay.
So that completion duration within 5 days and a completion duration, that is about induction. Okay. So we have not yet discussed about that. We're just talking about the hiring. Okay.
Oh, I missed the line, sir. That's why I have to.
No worries. We will take that when the appropriate discussion will come up. Okay.
Right. Sir.
So Akriti said that to recruit right people with the relevancy of JD within 1 month from the date of requisition and in given budget. Okay. Now this will, whatever you are making the changes, like Srishti also made such change, Aditya also made certain changes.
No, sir, I have.
Aditya, you have not made change.
No, sir.
Okay, गायब हो गए बीच में.
Sorry, sir, network पता नहीं चला गया था. So connecting.
Okay. So let's rephrase this now. Tell me.
Yes, sir. Sir, before changing this statement, sir, as we know that this work should be completed in 2 months. So, sir, in the same way, we know that the maximum number of people will be required for this work. So, why we can't? Why?
Gone with the wind.
So I guess the question was why we cannot use the this thing 300 qualified candidates. That 300.
The same question.
I'm not saying you can't do that. If you know the position, if you're very sure about those numbers, You can always do that. But if you don't know, कल कोई मर जाएगा ये थोड़ी पता मुझे आज, है ना? I can plan retirement, I can plan new requirements, but कल को कोई रिजाइन कर देगा, परसों कोई टपक जाएगा, उसको कैसे प्लान करोगे पहले से? 2 महीने पहले बता सकते हैं कि 2 महीने बाद ये उठने वाला है पार्टी, नहीं ना?
And some long leaves also.
हाँ, लॉन्ग लीव के लिए स्टॉप गैप अरेंजमेंट है, मतलब but yes, someone going for maternity, someone went for a medical reasons, that you can't plan ना, that you don't know. 2 महीने बाद वो बीमार पड़ने वाला है, 2 महीने बाद वो निपटेगा, 2 महीने बाद ये मरने वाला है, या वो आदमी रिजाइन करने वाला है. रेजिग्नेशन टू सम एक्सटेंट यू में एंटिसिपेट कि यार ये डिपार्टमेंट में थोड़ा सा उथल पुथल रहता है, तो यहाँ एक आध दो आदमी को हमको जरूरत पड़ेगा आने वाले दिनों में. You may think, but that also, unless they put up a resignation, you will not start the process.
So 2 doubts. Number one, if these things happen, then what is the use of manpower planning? We plan beforehand ki how many people will be requiring. One doubt. Second doubt, sir, as company, as big MNCs, they usually give some provision, like some extra people in hand, that in case someone, dies or someone leaves the organization, so they can place that person in the same position to compensate the position.
Only IT companies, they were used to have bench strength. Bench strength. मतलब मुझे एक प्रोजेक्ट के लिए 100 लोगों का जरूरत है, तो हो सकता है 10 एक लोग इसमें से आगे पीछे हो जाएंगे बाय द टाइम द प्रोजेक्ट विल कंप्लीट, है ना? तो वो क्या करेंगे, 100 की जगह पे 110 लोगों को रखेंगे, 10 लोग बेंच पे रहेंगे, उनको पगार देते रहेंगे, और जैसे उसमें कोई अगर छोड़ेगा तो इनको वहां रखेंगे, अदरवाइज ये घर बैठे है पैसा ले रहे हैं. But this is not the case for every industry, for every organization. Why will I carry that additional cost?
So because the company cannot take the risk. Let's say, for example, if today someone dies and we have that position vacant, so in order to fill that position very soon, also we will require at least of 1 to 2 months to like give an advertisement, then receive the resumes and screen them, then again interview. So that is a long process, sir. So why not do it beforehand?
मरने से पहले कैसे पता चलेगा?
No, I mean, like, we'll keep some people.
How will you know that this gentleman would resign? How will you know who will resign? 150 लोगों का स्टाफ है, उसमें से एक छोड़ेगा, कौन छोड़ेगा क्या पता चलेगा? बताओ. How will you do this planning? 150 लोगों का स्टाफ है, उसमें से you assume कि जिसका एज 58 है ना, वो शायद एक आध निपट जाएगा. But then it is just an assumption, ना?
And so there are lots of departments, so like पहले से hire करके रखना सारे department में से, it's not feasible actually.
It is not required,
right?
Is it?
Yes.
मेरे घर में बच्ची है, I have a daughter. I know that I need to make her married, है ना?
Yes, sir.
क्या करें उसके लिए? अभी से लड़का ढूंढें, 8वीं में पढ़ती है.
Not abhi se, sir, but after a certain age we have to start looking for the person.
Correct. So that is what the requirement is, ना? At that point, that certain age जो है ना, वो certain age क्या है? अपने केस में वो certain age, वो requisition form है,
right? So
डिपार्टमेंट से आएगा, और वो certain age के बाद में मुझे फटाफट करना पड़ेगा, है ना? Isn't it? Yes or no?
So then what's the use of manpower planning?
The use of
Sir,
manpower.
we can say.
Yeah.
So we can say that these are the exceptional cases. Manpower planning is working in every sphere of the organization except in the case of retirement and death. We can say that.
Okay. how many professors you have in your college?
Sir, around 30.
30. Okay. What will be the requirement for next year?
As per the class or the students need 5 or 6.
If nothing changes, if nothing changes, what will be the requirement next year?
2 or 3 because of the ages of other older professors who are near to their.
I'm talking about the requirement. अभी अगर 30 है तो अगले साल कितना रहेगा?
30.
The same.
Same. अच्छा, अगले साल ऐसा सर्कुलर आया कि हमको जो सेक्शन 1 है, because of COVID, I will have to split into 2 sections. Right?
Yes, sir.
So, if this information is known to me today and it is for next year, I'll put up in my manpower planning analysis and will make it 60. Yes? You agree?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And for that, I'll start hiring people. Because it is mandate and we have to do this. So हम एक का double कर देंगे because of the requirement. I need 30 more teachers and then I can hire them अभी से so that next year session चालू होगा तो they all will be available. है ना? This we can do. So this is manpower planning. अभी requirement 30 है. There is no change in policy, in requirement. So next year my requirement is 30. So as such, I don't need any planning, any hiring.
Yes.
But then when I sit and review, I find that there are 3 professors by end of next year, by end of next academic period, these 3 would be retiring. So what I'll do, I'll tell that though my requirement is 30, but I will have to replace these 3 professors because of their retirement. Since they'll be retiring in March next year, what we can do is we can have selection interview sometimes in the January next year, so that by March that position would be closed and April से जो session चालू होगा उसमें वो आ जाएंगे. Just to avoid the overlap. Correct? This is because of manpower planning. In both these conditions, we have defined a definite reason to hire. And I can plan. है ना? अच्छा, मेरा requirement अभी 30 का है, अगले साल भी 30 का है. वो रिटायर होंगे मार्च में, मुझे अभी पता है. इसके लिए मैं जनवरी फरवरी से प्लानिंग शुरू करूंगा तो 2 महीने में या 3 महीने में हो जाएगा. है ना? It is not hard and fast. I can start from any day, but I have to complete it by March because जरूरत उनका अप्रैल में पड़ने वाला है. मैन पावर प्लानिंग आपने किया है, इसके लिए हमको इसमें इतना ईज है. देयर इज नो चेंज इन मैंडेट. ना कोई नया आदमी, ना कोई नया क्लास बढ़ाना है, ना कोई रिटायरमेंट है, कुछ नहीं है. सो अभी का रिक्वायरमेंट भी 30, नेक्स्ट ईयर भी 30. नोबडी इज रिटायरिंग, ऑल यंग प्रोफेसर्स रिसेंटली हायर्ड. Suddenly one fine day you come to know that one of the professor, she being a lady, she got married and shifted. Now this was not your manpower planning. ये तो कहीं नहीं था planning में. Because when you're planning, you may think that हो सकता है इसमें से 2-3 लोग ऐसे हैं जो who are at the age of getting married and they may get married and go. बट उसके एवज में आप अभी से रिक्रूट करके तो नहीं रखोगे ना. वो कब करोगे? वो जब दैट थिंग विल हैपन, राइट? And in that case, it has to be immediately. So whether this 60 days time is applicable, it is applicable for all positions. Okay, it is my efficiency that I know that this gentleman would retire in next year. So I can start, searching and keeping people in my mind. And before 2 months, I start, getting, because you don't know. हो सकता है कि वो रिटायर होने के बाद में प्रिंसिपल ऐसा बोले कि हम रिप्लेसमेंट नहीं चाहिए. जितने एग्जिस्टिंग प्रोफेसर हैं 27 लोग, वो लोग 30 जन का काम करेंगे. तो अगर आपने ऑलरेडी हायर करके रखा है और आपको उसको मना करना पड़ेगा. You getting, Anamika? Am I able to answer your questions, answer your doubts? That why it is not always around your manpower planning. When I am talking about KPI for recruitment, it is for all the position arising any time during the course of your employment. And for every position, your efficiency is measured. The one who was retiring, you can always have the candidate shortlisted. आप आपके प्रिंसिपल को बोलने लगते हो साहब वो फलाने कॉलेज में 2 प्रोफेसर हैं, ये इनके रिटायरमेंट में हम उनको we can get them. I have spoken with them and if you will tell me, we will initiate the process. And then well in advance, you can always close that. Yes? But for ad hoc, the timeline remains same for all the positions. Yeah, am I able to answer?
Yes, sir.
Yes, so I got it. Only
Tara?
thing is, so that's when we'll suppose if someone dies today or retires today, so when we'll start the recruitment process from today onwards. So how much time will it require approximately? For that time period, the position would be vacant, right?
My timeline is fixed. The day I'll receive a requisition, उसके 7 दिन में मुझे close करना है. That is my timeline.
Okay.
If someone expired, department does not want to replace. They did not raise any requisition. I need not fill that position. But जिस दिन मुझे बोला कि मुझे यहाँ आदमी चाहिए, उसके 60 दिन में मैं आपको आदमी लाके दूंगा. That is my KPI. तो 60 होगा, 90 होगा, 40 होगा. That depends on the organization. That can depend on the position. You can have KPI of such different stages. That for managerial position, I'll take 90 days. For engineering position, I'll take 45 days. For worker and casual, I'll take 10 days. So different KPIs, different benchmarks for different positions possible. One standard numbering for all the positions possible. Right?
Yes, I got it.
Although we have manpower planning, our planning is for how many people we will need. Okay, if we need more compared to current year, when do we need? In which department we need? Accordingly, I'll plan my hiring strategy. Okay. But then the timeline remains same. 30 days, 60 days, whatever it is. Even if it is, planned. अगर मुझे 1 अप्रैल को बंदा चाहिए, तो भी मेरे लिए वो 60 days ही है. To get him on board on 1st April, from 1st February till 1st April, it is to be done. Benchmark is 60 days या 90 days कहां से गिनना है? जिस दिन मुझे मिलेगा काम, उस दिन से, है ना? Within the budget. अभी that budget is again subjective. एक पोजीशन के लिए कम होगा, किसी के लिए ज्यादा होगा, है ना? Although in the manpower planning we decided that we will hire manager. We will hire manager production in the month of December. Okay, so to hire that manager production in month of December, I will have to start in in the month of October. you are very good recruiter, you have very good rapport with that person जिसको आप लेके आ रहे हो, आपने उसको बहुत अच्छी तरह समझा दिया है ना, कि आपको 1 जनवरी को ज्वाइन करना है, तो आप रिजाइन कर देना और हम आपको 1 जनवरी को ले लेंगे। आपने उसको ऑफर भेज दिया, सब भेज दिया, ठीक है। लेकिन 30 नवंबर को मैनेजमेंट ने बोला कि भाई ये पोजीशन होल्ड कर दो, इस पे हमको बंदा नहीं चाहिए। वो 1 साल से बैठा है आपका वेट करके,
Got it, sir. Yes, got it.
है ना। So though there are certain areas or positions which are within manpower planning, if they are short positions, you can always close them, and your KPI can be framed that way, that 25 engineers to be hired by 31st July. Because in manpower planning, we know that we hired this as an apprentice. So कम वर्ड में हमको ये 25 तो करना ही है। उसके अलावा बाकी जो है, that's all are replacement positions, and for that my tag time will be 60 days or 90 days.
Clear, sir.
Great. So इसमें हम कुछ चेंज कर सकते हैं सृष्टि, इसको अपडेट करेंगे वापस।
Okay, sir.
So Adhirija, are you there? Okay, then ये किसका statement है? Selecting the candidate through different sources by 3 months.
Sir, it's
Hima,
yes, sir.
would you like to make any changes in this?
Selecting the appropriate
Okay, appropriate candidate
through different sources by 3 months. That's all.
within 3 months. So instead of appropriate, you can always put it selecting necessary candidates, or the required candidates. Selecting the required candidates within 3 months. Within 3 months, through. So you can make it more complex, and you can have your efficiency measured in different ways through internal sources only. Internal sources only. Got it?
Yes, sir.
अभी क्या मतलब हुआ इसका?
Internal source.
Within the organization.
Within the organization, okay. Then what I mean to say is that I don't want to spend money on this. Okay. I don't want to spend money on hiring. Okay. मतलब मैं किसी थर्ड पार्टी या किसी रिक्रूटमेंट कंसल्टेंट के पास में पोजीशन क्लोज नहीं करूंगा, है ना। आपके पास में एक पोर्टल है, आप उसको यूज करो, लिंक्डइन को यूज करो, फेसबुक करो, व्हाट्सएप करो, जो मर्जी करो, बात करो, फोन करो, कोचिंग करो, बट नो एक्सपेंस ऑन कंसल्टेंसी. So I'll hire only through recruitment, so internal sources, है ना. Okay. Next, कौन है? Who is this? To recruit 100% quality candidate and select 90% of them by 31st March 2022.
So it's mine.
Okay, you want to revise this?
Sir, I had this logic ki if I'll recruit more, and I mean to keep something in my hand, that is why I recruited more. But ultimately, we don't require those many people. Henceforth, I said ki we'll select only 90% of them. So is this okay, or should
No,
I?
this is okay for fixed positions, as I said. है ना? अभी देखो ये क्या अब तुमने लिखा है, उसको पढ़ो फिर से एक बार.
To to recruit 100% quality candidates and select 90% of them by 31st of March 22.
हाँ, तो when you say select, what will you do? वो 90% को ऑफर कर दोगे आप,
Correct, sir.
तो बाकी 10% को क्यों नहीं करोगे? Your 100% is what? और ये
The total-
100% किसका?
Sir,
This
100%. Yeah.
This 100% of what?
I mean, it is the total number of, it is X plus 100. I mean, X is the, no, 100.
मतलब जो requirement है, वो पूरा requirement ना?
Yes, sir.
Okay. तो then what you are saying is कि वो जो 100 लोग मुझे चाहिए, मान लेते हैं ये 100% 100 नंबर है, ठीक है? तो ऐसा मान लेते हैं कि as per manpower planning, you say that I need 100 people next year, and उसमें से मैं 31 मार्च तक 90 हायर कर लूंगी, right?
No, I meant कि if I say it like this, कि to recruit 120% quality candidates and select 100% of them. So 100% is the original requirement, and 120 I said कि so in order to keep some in hand for that purpose.
Correct. मतलब अभी देखो इसमें क्या होगा, इसके demerits क्या है?
So add cost लगेगा extra recruit करने के लिए. Secondly, the people who will be recruited, they will have some hope towards us. So in the end, if we do not recruit them, this might have an impact on our company's goodwill in the market.
तीसरा, the important thing is your own efforts and time, isn't it?
Yes.
मैं 20% extra effort डालूंगा ना?
Yes, sir. Yes, that will be waste. Yes, correct.
And 30% less yield करूंगा मैं, क्योंकि मैं 20% एक्स्ट्रा ले रहा हूँ और उसमें से 10% तो मैं वैसे ही छोड़ रहा हूँ यहाँ से. So I'm putting more efforts, I'm spending more time, which I am also not sure whether I'll be having it or not, है ना?
Yes, sir.
It's a company cost also, I think.
हाँ, so isn't it wise to put efforts when you know how many people you want to have it and when you want to have it?
Yes, sir.
है ना? So although it is there in manpower planning, unless it comes to me in black and white in form of a requisition, I will not start my hiring process. Unless it comes to me from some authority that yes, do it. Or if I am the decision maker and I know that yes, this is short position, there will not be any change, I'll put up the effort accordingly, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So if I recruit 100%, then I'll hire 100%. ना बाकी 10% के लिए क्यों रखेंगे?
Okay. Yes. So the statement would be to recruit 100% quality candidates and to recruit and select 100% quality candidates by 31st of March 22.
Yes, that can be one statement. To hire, yeah, to recruit, yeah, to finalize, or finalize 100% candidates. Finalize 100% candidates. And let quality be there. No worries. Let quality be there. Quality is again a subjective word, but it's okay. To recruit or to finalize 100% है ना, 100% उसको quality oblique required candidate कर दो, या लिखो 100% required into bracket quality लिखो, because quality will only be assessed after some time, है ना?
Yes, sir.
To finalize 100% required candidate as per final approved manpower planning by 31st March 2022. है ना?
To finalize. Yes, sir.
This is it will be still it will still be an open statement for a hiring manager that manpower planning में 100 का deviation तो वो 100 मुझे अभी से लेना है या किस month में लेना है. But the purpose is that when it is required, we should have people. You may start today, you can recruit person today, you can keep him on bench without paying any extra money. Company will not bother. है ना?
Yes, sir.
But if there is a cost involved, then nobody would be appreciating it. Na? Unless someone retires, you can't replace. So even if you have someone at bay, without spending money, company would be very happy. That you finalize shortlisted, issued the offer, he is happy with the offer, and he'll come and join on the day once this gentleman will retire. Company will not be having any problem. But if you say that I'll hire him 6 months in advance because he is retiring, he'll say, no, sorry, don't do that. We will need him on the day when this gentleman will not be there. Right? So the same thing applies for manpower planning as well, that though it is planned, but when it is required, you should have it. That's the bottom line, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yes, Bushra, you want to make any change in this?
Sir, yes, sir. Sir, my prior statement was hire 200 employees in the year 2022 with the average cost per hire to be 3,000. I'll change it to hire 100% of the required manpower.
Much better.
In the year, hire to 100% of the required manpower within February 2022 with the average cost of 3,000 per hour.
Okay.
Sir, doubt.
Yeah, please.
Sir, you were having an objection when we said regarding the number of qualified candidates. So here also, sir, this average cost per hire be 3,000. How can we take it like imagine?
I still have an objection on this value that how can you do this? Okay, you can do this if you have any benchmark. You can do this if you have any benchmark. मतलब पिछले साल आपने जो खर्चा किया recruitment पे, what was the average expense? And if I can have a challenging target to that, then I can have this. You understood what I meant to say?
Yes, sir.
इसको हायर 10% नहीं 100% करो. बेचारी बच्ची इतना बोल रही है 100%, तुमने उसको 10% करते सारा मार्क्स काट लेंगे उसका लोग.
Sir, so how should we write that cost itna ही होना चाहिए? The cost should be not exceed this number.
This can be written as with average cost per hire be 50% less than average cost per hire in year 2021.
Okay, sir.
है ना? You if you don't want to make it absolute, you make it relative. That पिछले साल मैंने जितना खर्चा किया था उसे 50% कम खर्चा करके I will hire 100% people.
So then what if I take for the number of 300 qualified candidates, ki, previous year's number of candidates plus 10% or plus 2%?
Yes. Whether it is plus or minus. अभी मान लो पिछले बार आपने जितने लोगों को हायर किया था आपने 1 रुपया भी खर्चा नहीं किया था. पिछली बार आपने जब 100 लोगों को हायर किया, you did not spend even single rupee for hiring. Are you there?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. This year you go and you tell your boss that boss I'll hire 100 people, but for that I'll spend 1,000 rupees. Why? Last year you didn't spend even single rupee. Why you need 1,000 rupees this year?
So that depends upon like what kind of manpower I'll be like hiring.
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. So there, your manpower planning may come in picture. That was last year when we had only local people, but this year we need people from outside area because we have another plant coming up in another jurisdiction, and there we need to take the help of external agencies, and therefore we may need this money.
The
Agree,
doubt.
sir.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, so or some candidates are coming from outside, so we have to like reimburse them for staying and
Correct. So that is
Yes.
what I said. That is what I said, that if I have a benchmark, पिछले साल मैंने एक भी रुपया खर्चा नहीं किया था, इस साल मुझे 1000 रुपया चाहिए, तो क्यों चाहिए?
right.
I am not improving on the performance. I'm going below the performance. What I performed, I'm going below that. Right? Because I'm increasing the expenditure. Now, when I'm increasing the expenditure as a part of my KPI, it's okay. It's not wrong. It's not wrong. But then I need to be very sure about this expenditure, and I should be able to, convince my boss that, boss, this is the reason for which I'm saying that it will be more.
So, sir, KPI will not affect. I think this will not affect KPI.
No, it will affect. It will affect. If you compare, if it is vis-a-vis, if it is vis-a-vis, it will affect. It will impact. But then any KPI, अभी आपने बोल दिया कि साहब, I'll hire 100 people without spending any money. I'll hire with only internal sources. Through only internal sources. This you can only say when you're very convinced about your hiring strategies, about your own expertise. Right? So when you're deciding a KPI, realistic and attainable. So instead of saying that be 3,000 rupees, I would make it relative to previous year, because it has to show the improvement in process. It has to show the improvement in efficiency. So same as last year or 10% less compared to previous year. Don't overcome it. So I'll hire same number of people with the same expense what we did last year. Q. So sab, though there is a increase, I'll manage.
The doubt.
Yeah.
Sir, but sometimes emotional things come. If some candidate is coming and they are not well to do, so sometimes we reimburse that. So will that be a valid reason or not, sir?
No, it can. Any and every reason or any and every payment can be valid. I'm not. Here the question
But
is not
it should
about,
be.
Here it is a generic way of measuring my own performance, that I decide that this year I'll hire 100% of the recruitment, but I'll see that my average cost per hire is same as previous year or 10% less than previous year. You give the gentleman reimbursement, no worries, but then at the same time you have to adjust some other people if you want to meet that KPI.
Yes, this is what I was actually confused, and that would be judgmental, I think. If like
there are certain things which are policy driven, that I'll not reimburse any amount to the local candidate.
Right, sir.
If you want to manage your expenses on hiring, you source people from local environment. You will not spend much money on that. You'll meet your KPI.
Somehow we have to manage. Yes.
Correct.
Yes.
So it is not somehow. It is about what is your own efficiency assessment parameter, at what level you want to keep it. Whether to keep it or not is purely depends on you. And your reporting authority.
Yes, sir. Yes, I understood, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Bushra, you understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Someone else also had the doubt, na? Am I able to answer?
Yes, sir.
That why to take 3,000 or why not to take 3,000? Yes.
Yes, sir. Why not to take 3,000?
Why not to take?
Clear, sir.
Okay. Okay.
Sir, can I please repeat my sentence as Srishti is asking for that? And,
Yeah, सृष्टि pressure बना रही है तुम्हारे ऊपर. सृष्टि बोली 8:15 ये तो बंद नहीं करेंगे. मेरे को कैसे भी करके इसको बंद करना पड़ेगा. Okay.
No, sir,
Yeah,
I missed. I missed her sentence, so I was asking her.
Yeah,
again.
please.
hire 100% of the required amount of manpower within March 2022 with cost per hire be 50% less than that of year 2021.
Huh.
50% less than that.
That of year 2021.
Now
Okay.
next year you can revise this KPI. अभी next year फिर 50% कम of last year बोला ना, तो कितना हो गया कम?
So 100% from 2021.
है ना? Then will it be possible to manage? You have to be very realistic also when you are putting up these KPIs, right?
Yes, sir.
So you can always say 10% less compared to previous year, 10% more compared to previous year, because 10-20% is within the permissible limit and that much you can manage. Okay, great. Who's next?
Sir, me.
Okay, so you already mentioned, right?
The last line should be removed. Number 9.
Number 9 को अभी for
That was my mistake. Yes.
उसको भी निकाल देते हैं, हम जब इंडक्शन पे बात करेंगे तब करेंगे. Anyone who, देखो सृष्टि हो गई, अदिरिचा हो गई, आकृति, हिमा, अनामिका, Bushra and Ruchi. Who left?
So me. Prachi.
Oh, you, Prachi.
Yes, sir. So,
Those of you, the entire class is late today.
Yeah, yes, sir. I did.
So,
Actually, my network, because of poor network connection.
No worries. ये सब फिर बाद में complain करेंगे तुमको.
No.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Yes, sir. So my KPI is to fill 100% vacant seats in each department for financial year 2022 to 2023 by 27 February with 10% less cost than the previous year.
थोड़ा सा धीरे बोलो, सृष्टि अटक गई.
No, I'll say that again. To fill 100% vacant seats.
सृष्टि रुकनी नहीं चाहिए.
Vacant seats in each department. Each department for financial year 2022 to 2023 by 27 February with 10% less cost. 10% less cost than the previous year. Yes, sir.
Okay. So all done, right? सबने अपना अपना. You all have shared, right? Okay. Thank you. Now press enter and accept all this. Great. So now if you see, all of us has different thoughts about hiring. Though it is a single activity, we all are talking in different terminologies, in different way. We think in a different way, right? You can still think of other areas also when we talk about KPIs. Now convert this into measurement. जो 9 statement लिखे ना, अभी 9 का measurement statement बनाना पड़ेगा ना. That what it means when you say need in 2 months from date of requisition. So what is the excellent? The excellent is 15 days. Overachieved is 1 month. Achieve is 2 months. Poor is 2 months, 1 day. And anything beyond that is poor. Right? So this way, for each of it can be a measurement criteria. Now use this week. It's Sunday today. Use this week. We will connect next Saturday. By then, this entire document should be ready. For every area, we will have the similar arrangement, 9, 10, 15 statements. So one from each. You all can have your own version. Send it to someone. I mean, either Srishti can take it. If
Okay,
she's
sir.
able, if you all have time, so you can have this compiled one. Right. So next Saturday, we will discuss this again. Right. And it should be in its finest form. Format, you can use Ruchi's format. The way she had presented. Because again, after articulation, presentation also matters. So make it that way. Right. You can have one KPI or one area on one sheet of your Excel file. So every sheet will talk about one area, its KPIs and its measurement. तो क्या होगा, पूरा sheet ऊपर scroll करने की जरूरत नहीं है. So if we have 14, 15 areas, so we have 14 sheets in Excel. In one sheet,
Okay.
one KPI, one area, all KPIs and its measurements.
Okay, sir.
So it will look like something like what I'll suggest. I'll not take much time. So Srishti,
Yes, sir.
can you take another blank sheet? Yeah, Shift F11 is the shortcut. Okay. Now in column A, you write name. Okay. In column B, you write area. Column C will be definition. Column D can be KPI. And EFGHI में your measurement areas. Excellent to poor. Barabar? So in name, you will have each name. So Srishti, Anamika, Dirija, Jima, Ruchi, everyone, one by one. And then area is common for all of you. Definition, you all may have different way of interpreting that area. You all will have different KPIs according to your own thought process and these sessions. Okay.
Sir, but
this sheet would named as, this sheet will have a name, say recruitment and selection. Similarly, दूसरा sheet बनेगा which will be about training and development. Next sheet will be of performance appraisal. इस तरह से अलग-अलग की रिजल्ट एरियाज का अलग अलग शीट बना के,
हाँ सर, वो नीचे टैब में हो सकता है ना, आई थिंक दैट वुड बी,
ये जो शीट 2 लिखा है उसको रीनेम कर देंगे,
यस, रीनेम करके और उसको टैब में रीनेम कर करके ना वी कैन,
करेक्ट. सो पुट दिस जैसे रिक्रूटमेंट,
यस,
है ना. तो अभी हमने जैसा एक सेल में जो 9 स्टेटमेंट लिखा, उसकी जगह पे इस शीट में 9 या 10 लाइन में 9-10 चीजें आ जाएंगी.
Okay, sir.
है ना. एंड देन दिस वन शीट वुड बी फॉर ऑल रिक्रूटमेंट रिलेटेड KPIs.
So, sir, it will be better that I create all the sheets and share this, and everyone will be able to
Fair enough.
do this.
Yesterday, as Anamika saying, I think now this is the time to put up in Google Drive so that everybody will make their own entries.
Yes, sir, and everyone will have their name and area.
Absolutely,
So it will
absolutely.
be.
I agree. I buy this, and we will go by this. All right.
yes sir,
Understood, everyone? किसी को कोई शक नहीं ना इसमें?
no sir,
So Srishti will give the template on the Google Drive. Also, she'll share in the group also. All of you will have to update as per your own understanding and convenience. But I wish that by next Saturday, all these areas have the KPIs, okay, with the detailed measurements. Be original, try to be original. You can take the help of Google to understand the things, but frame and phrase in your own words.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
yes sir,
So what will remain then will be about garnishing and getting it into the shape of a appraisal form. So then the entire template would be ready by, it should be ready by next week.
yes sir.
Next Sunday, we will not have the class.
Okay,
Okay.
sir.
So can you suggest when can we have it?
So before Saturday?
Before Saturday be possible. Nahi.
Okay.
Before Saturday, we can have it Monday, that is tomorrow. That's too close.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So,
Sir, after Sunday, Monday or Tuesday, sir?
so 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th. ये 4 दिन छोड़ के, then we can have it on Thursday, 10th.
7, 8, 9.
So then we
Okay,
can
sir.
have 10th and then बाकी में 12, 13 as it is.
So Thursday, same time, 6.
6:30 we keep if you have some classes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Because in afternoon and morning we have university classes.
Correct.
Yeah.
So we will meet on 5th. We will meet on 5th.
A little early, 5:30 or 6, it wouldn't be possible.
No, on Saturday anytime is possible.
No, sir, Thursday.
Thursday you all decide.
As all decide, sir, because they have all other classes.
Because last time they had classes, so we said that okay, we'll have it at 6:30.
Yes, sir.
Sir, after 6 you can keep it anytime.
Yes,
Then
sir.
we keep it 6:30. We keep it 6:30. We keep it 6.
6.
Ruji wants to leave early.
Actually, sir, that is my office leaving time, 6:30. So.
Okay, so
I have to wind up that time. So, like.
Okay.
So I reach by 7.
You reach by
so
7.
I can attend my classes at the office only because I'll reach by 7:30. I think sometimes I take time to wind up and reach home. So I'll be traveling that time.
Okay. So you wish that if we start at 6 o'clock,
yes,
your will be undisturbed.
Yes, I can attend the class till 8 or.
क्या बोलती है बाकी जनता?
As you all say, I'll manage. No,
I'm okay with. Yes, I'm also okay with.
So then Thursday same time.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
So we have a class on 5th where we'll discuss about this entire KPI. Our 6th class would be on 10th.
Okay, sir.
Right?
Yes, sir.
Sunday is a holiday. You play Holi that Sunday.
So assignment submission will be on Saturday.
Saturday.
Before Saturday, no? Yes.
As soon as possible, but then on that day, we will see that all these things have been done.
Right.
And I have my PMS form ready. Correct?
Performance manager.
So,
Hey,
sir,
you-
we'll have to. Sir, we'll have to write all our KPIs and measurement scale in the drive, which will be shared by Shrishti, and
Yes.
then we'll also share it on your email ID as our presentation.
Not necessary. Not necessary.
It will be already
We will discuss it
automatically
on
saved.
5th once we all are, thorough. Once we all are thorough, then you share it on my email
Okay, sir.
for assessment and checking and fine tuning. Okay. So that you can do on 5th or after 5th. After our session, you share it to me. So then I'll use it for some fine tuning. Kuch words aage piche karna hai karna, and I'll get back to you. So this will become one Bible for you whenever you'll go and in employment. At least deciding on KRA KPI of your own will not be a question from day one. Yes.
Yes, so I was expecting it to be like easier, but it's not that easy to set the KPIs.
No,
Yes.
it is
Exactly,
not
sir. We
easy.
thought.
It is not easy because you have not worked.
Nahin, but once we will start now, we will enjoying doing this. Actually, this will be a very authentic document we will be having in future.
Enjoying, I mean, we thought it to be easy because KPIs are more or less like the objectives. So we
Right.
expect objectives.
Right. Shrushti, before name, I
Yes,
think you can add serial number, I think so.
Yes, उसका garnishing उसमें जो भी करना है करो.
Okay.
ये skeleton है. इसको जो कपड़े पहनाने हैं, जो भी तैयार करना है, लैक में लगाओ, गार्नियर लगाओ.
And name and surname, then area, then definition.
This is the skeleton.
Okay. I'll do it now.
खाने में दाल
Thank
रोटी
you so
चाहिए,
much.
बाकी सलाद तुम कैसे सजाते हो, all depends on your own creativity. But this is what the basic we need,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Okay.
Fine, and thank you so much for your patience listening.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Enjoy
Good night,
your
sir.
Sunday, whatever is left.
Sir, I was at my mom's place. I was traveling. Thank
No
you so much,
worries,
sir.
no worries. If you have missed anything, you can,
Yes.
go
Because
through.
there was a laptop, but it was not working. So I reached home. Then after that, I connected here.
Okay, do you all have any group of your own? I mean, where we are not a part of that?
No, sir.
No, sir. But we should create a.
Yes,
You
sir.
should have it.
She's still so happy.
You
should
have it.
create
At least
one
you
group.
can discuss that internally.
Yes.
आप लोग एक दूसरे का copy कर सकते हो कि नहीं?
Right, sir.
So we'll also get to know each other well because सब लोग इधर-उधर के हैं, we don't know.
Correct.
Right.
The major reason
Don't keep us in that group. That will be your own group. That will help you on information
We
share.
have one in which we discussed about partner in the assignment.
That was for marketing. We got assignment on marketing. So we did that one.
No, एक यहाँ भी अपने वो दो जन का ग्रुप करके बनाया था ना. What was that assignment?
Yes,
Psychometric.
yes, sir.
Psychometric.
Correct. So just see if that group कहीं ऐसा मृत प्राय होगा तो उसको
नहीं
पानी
सर,
में
वो
डाल
तो
के-
कोई भी बना लेगा. सृष्टि, अनामिका, कोई भी एक जन फॉर्म कर लो.
You all become admin in that group. But the purpose is that at least you exchange the information. So if you have some format, you got something to read, you read, you found it useful, you share it with your, colleagues because they all are sitting at different places,
Right.
learning the same thing. So it'll add value.
Right, sir. Today Devansh has not joined. Or
Devansh is not joining. Devansh and Shakti. इन दो लोगों ने मेरा बायकॉट कर दिया है.
No, sir. We can't, sir.
Just check with them also that why. I mean, just everything is well with them.
Sure, sir.
They should be all right. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir.
Thank you so much,
enjoy.
sir.
Good night. Bye-bye. See you.
Right.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, everyone. Good night.
Thank you, everyone. Chalo, bye-bye.
Night,
Good night.
everyone.